Yo, so this week was a very sad week, just like last week with the whole kid nonsense. But I'm not gonna be coming in here crying, alright? I'm holding it back. No tears today. Well, if you didn't fucking know, the Attack on Titan anime ended, and Attack on Titan has a very special place in my heart. After Season 4, Part 3, Part 2, the final season, the final chapter, the shit's finally over! We will never get any kind of Attack on Titan content ever again, and that's pretty fucking sad. And for me, it kind of gives a little bit of a glimpse into what it will be like when shit like One Piece ends, or even fucking Boruto. And yeah, we don't talk about that. But just imagine no more Naruto-related content. That shit has been around my entire life. Attack on Titan is the first series I actually was around for when the manga ended. Like, I was in the goddamn leak Reddits and shit. I remember it fondly. But one of the main things I wanted to talk about today was the horrid reception on the fucking ending. So, like I just fucking said, I was around for when everybody was freaking the fuck out about the leaks. Everyone was talking about how it's over, Isayama fucking sucks dick. At the time, I didn't think it was that bad. The main thing that people freaking out about was Eren out of nowhere being in love with Mikasa and being a little emotional little bitch. And I honestly didn't look too much into that. And Eren's what, like 19? I don't blame him for acting the way he did. He's a mentally ill individual. Imagine the shit that he's going through. He is in such a weird plane of existence where present, past, and future exist at the same time. Just imagine that shit. Like, you are a baby, an old man, and your current self at the same time. You can't imagine that. Nobody fucking can. But now seeing it animated, it's 100 times better, alright? They changed a few little pieces of dialogue here and there between Eren and Armin specifically, which added a fucking ton, and it changed the tone of the interaction quite a bit. Like Armin saying, "I'll see you in hell," which, I mean, that sounds pretty fucking cool, as opposed to, "Yay, thanks for killing everybody for us." Like, that changes so much about that interaction. It makes Armin look like a way smarter individual who didn't condone the acts that Eren did. And I mean, Armin is like the smartest motherfucker in the entire show. And I love the angle of how Armin feels a little guilty of planting this idea of freedom into Eren and telling Eren about all the shit outside, like the sea or whatever. I think anybody who was in Armin's shoes there, that would cross their mind. Like, that's a realistic thought that a lot of people I think would have. But once Eren reached the sea, he didn't give a fuck, since he was stuck in the future at that point, and the past and the present, I guess, thinking about what the fuck was going on the other side of the sea, since he was already spoiled by the fucking Historia finger touch shit. Also, little side note, I think AOT is one of the only pieces of fiction to do time travel related shit right. Or, you know, pretty well. It's extremely fucking complicated on the surface, but it makes sense, and it wasn't pulled out of anybody's ass. It's rare when you see time travel pulled off decently well, because it's a risky ass move. Speaking of risky ass moves, making Eren the villain is one of the biggest ones that you can imagine. But it was written in stone from the fucking beginning. The moment where Eren killed those fucking guys that murdered Mikasa's family was the moment where I realized that Eren isn't a normal child. He's a fucking psychopath. And this is before he had any Titans in him. He's just naturally like that. He was born like that. He's a fucking weirdo. I just believe that all around, Attack on Titan is the perfect anime. And I don't think anything will ever take that crown away from it for me. It's not too short, but it's not ridiculously long, so people won't be freaking the fuck out about how long it is, you know, like One Piece. Also, Attack on Titan is the only anime I ever attempted to watch with my mother, and that didn't go too well. We got through, I believe, 3 episodes, and we were watching the dub, and she just did not like it at all. She didn't like that it was 2D. Later on, she referenced it to that time where we watched those Chinese cartoons. So, I tried. But the animation is top fucking tier, especially the first 3 seasons. You know, the final season, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's good. The first 3 seasons are fucking perfect. It has the best first episode of any show I've ever seen in my entire life. Seriously, watch the first episode and tell me you disagree. It has the best music of any anime I've ever fucking seen. It has the best episode. What is it? It's season 3, episode 19 or some shit, 18. It's called Hero. It's the best fucking anime episode I've ever seen. And you know what? I'm gonna throw a little hot take in there, alright? So, with all the people running around talking about how Gear 5 is the best transformation, fucking Goku, he's got the best transformation, it's Baryon mode, it's the best transformation! It's none of those. It's Eren turning into a fucking Titan. That's an anime transformation done right. He did probably 30 transformations in the show, and it never lost its charm. Every single time he did it, it was like, you know, oh shit, shit's getting serious. No other transformation has ever done that for me, at least, like, every single time it happened, you know? Like, after a certain point, it's like, well, he's going that fucking mode again. Like Gear 4 for Luffy, except for Snake Man, because he's only done it twice. I'm Bounce Man, alright? Every time he does it, it's like, oh, well, he's going Bounce Man again. Okay, whatever. Who gives a fuck? You know, it's at a certain point, it just gets old. The best one for me, specifically... I'm horribly sorry there, I kind of fell. But the best transformation for me is the one in the forest in Season 1. Levi's whole fucking squad got wiped, and once Eren turned into a Titan, the whole tone changed. You got a little glimmer of hope after seeing a bunch of motherfuckers die, and that was not the first time we saw his we've seen his transformation at least 2 or 3 times before that, if I remember right. Now, obviously, Eren ended up getting his fucking ass beat, but still, it was pretty hype. And AOT is the only anime to this day that I have never been spoiled on while watching it. It's depressing, I know, but it holds a special place in my heart because of that. But yeah, I wanted to make a little memorial video for a top 2 anime that I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. You know, I gotta dick ride One Piece a little bit because I've uploaded 600 videos on it. But, you know, that's about it, okay? Bye.
No, it's not. It's not Eren Yeager. It's not Eren Yeager.